Hey, Tony, thank you so much. And folks, good morning and welcome to Phoenix Business Exchange, Bella's Corners edition on this fine, geez, July 22nd. The year is going by fast. And, let's share some information and hopefully you're enjoying this nice, coolish day. Just going to share my screen quickly and we're going to go over the Phoenix website because it has some interesting details inside that space and it's www.bbex.ca. So if you're looking from the outside in, come on in. You should be seeing a little bit of carnage on the screen. That's all about texting and driving. So don't text while driving. And we have other content available in this space. If you scroll down, we get to see the member of the week, Steve Brennickmeyer. Now, Steve does artful work. He does logos and things like that. He can help you build out your website. Want to know more about Steve? Click on the red button that says Steve's card. Click on the video to learn a little more about Steve and what he does. Every Monday morning, we meet 8 to 9 a.m. Bell's Corners Eastern Standard Time. Not that Bell's Corners has only Eastern Standard Time, but 8 to 9 Monday, like we are now. Wednesday and Thursday, we do the same thing, 8 to 9, same link. So East End is going to meet on this Wednesday. And Thursday, it typically will be the South End group that's coming in to meet. But this particular Thursday, we are going to be meeting at the River Lounge. August 6th is a Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. That is a after hours group. All Phoenix members are welcome to that particular space. And what that is about is just staying focused on your goals, your targeted goals that you've set for yourself. Penny Lee's running that particular space. Tune in with Tony meditation on every Friday at 1:30 p.m. Penny Lee's got a whole bunch of dancing and moving that's available for NEA classes. So if your body's not hustling enough, she'll get you hustling. South End Group. Then this is the other item just mentioned earlier. We are meeting at the River Lounge at 7:30 a.m. So that's July 25th, this Thursday. We have a charity golf tournament. You want to play? Click here. You want to sponsor? Click here. And the more the merrier. We also have the QR directory for all members. So if you want to, look for somebody that can help you, maybe texting and driving, looking for a mortgage, looking for a realtor, the whole list is right here. Just kind of scroll in and come on in. And if you're looking to join us as a member, apply here today. Just click the button and follow the prompts. What's been going on? And here's kind of one of the strong reasons that makes Phoenix good. We've had between members, we've had over $110,000 worth of business in referrals just amongst ourselves, right? And that's generated about 4.6 million over since 2016. So that's a fair bit of business. We have something called e-cards. If you notice over my shoulder, a QR code, that is my electronic business card. Each Phoenix member has one. They have their own separate card. You put your contact details, your video links in there. You can put all your contact information, everything. It's all in there. It's all quick and easy. All you have to do is point, click, and go. And your contacts can reach you or reach any of us, in fact, once you scan the QR code. I'm going to stop the share. And we're going to swing over and we're going to have some words of wisdom. And Mike, tell us what we got to know about life today.
All right. Well, the number one thing that's going to change your life, and the only thing that will change your life, change your business, change your money, change your relationship, is you must raise your standard. I know that sounds boring, stupid, basic, but it's the truth. The only thing that changes our life long term is when we raise our standards. So what does that mean? Well, it means that all of us in life have things that we want. We don't get it. We don't we don't achieve it. We all get we all get what we only tolerate in our life and in ourselves and in other people. But when you are no longer willing to tolerate something, that's when life changes. The difference in people is their standards, period. So what do I mean by standards? Well, everyone in the world has a list of things that they think they should do. I should lose more weight. I should work out. I should spend more time with my kids. I should work harder. I should make more business calls. I should. Then you know what? People don't do their shoulds, and they get mad at themselves. That is called they should it all over themselves. They beat themselves up about it. When changes, what changes people is when your should becomes a must. When suddenly the thing that you said should happen has to happen. That's when human beings change. It's amazing what happens when a new goal of yours becomes a must because instead of a should. That's what makes human beings succeed. Thank you.
Mike, thank you so much. That's awesome. I've just posted into the chat the LinkedIn live feed post. So if you click on that, you can put your contact details and other shareable information, coming events, things like that in the LinkedIn feed. And now we're going to do a round robin of, hey, what's going on? I'm going to pick on Lana first and then go over to Eric because Lana probably has a short cycle to be able to sing to us. Just Lana, over to you.
Thank you, Uncle. Okay, I have had dental surgery, so I sound like Wasco Rabbit. But what I want to do is talk about when you move into your new home, or when your daughter or son moves into their new home, or when your grandkids move into their new home. Change the screws. If you don't want to change the locks, I want you to take this little tiny screw. Can you see that? This little, no, yeah. Okay, I can't see it, so I hope you guys can. This little tiny screw that's holding in that plate, that plate that for your, what do you call it? Oh my God! See it's holding in the deadbolt plate, the latch, the deadbolt plate, the little tiny screw. Take that out and put in something that's actually going to work, because anybody can kick in. And think about somebody kicking in the door of your daughter's new home. That sucks. Anybody, I could do that. I could kick in the door because there's nothing supporting that thing, that lock. Now you get a whopping screw like that. That is going to hold that kick plate in, and it's going to be bugger to try and get that lock, kick in that door. I wouldn't be able to do this, and many people, other people wouldn't. Excuse my cat. So, Lana Burnley, your realtor extraordinaire, even when I can't talk. And just a reminder, look after your kids and remind them to, if they don't want to change the locks, at least change the screws.
Lana, thank you so much. And we're going to head over to Eric and then Jacqueline. Eric, over to you, sir. You're on mute.
Good morning, everybody. Eric Sonego here from the accounting firm of Eric Sonego Professional Group. We bring sanity to numbers, and we try to do it with a way to keep CRA happy and the client happy, which sometimes is not easy to do. CRA tends to be more logical sometimes than the client, and at times the client is more logical than CRA. And these days, logic and CRA are oxymorons. We are arguing with them over things that, are black and white, and they don't have the experience to say, no, this is black. I agree with you. They take the opposite view, and it eventually we convince them. But the difference between the first position and the last position is usually $1,500 to $2,000 in fees that the client has to spend. And I think that, I want to assure people that we don't give commissions to CRA when we charge you fees. We do it because we have to do it. And our first intention is not to do it. I fought the whole week last week with a client, and I could not convince them not to do something. And what it was is, when you are old and you move to a nursing home and you leave your house, you're still a resident of your house for tax purposes. So if you sell your house or someone sells your house while you're in the nursing home, there is no paper to be done. There is no forms to be done. So he called CRA and they gave him 15 forms that he has to send because he was not able to say I sold the house when my parents were alive. And because of that, I said to him, I'll argue with CRA and eventually I'll convince him. And he says, no, I want this done. I want to get rid of the money. $1,200 in professional fees. Now, I cannot not do it because that's what the client wants. But CRA should have told them, sir, are your parents alive? Yes. Well, don't send anything. But they're not experienced enough to ask that question. Mm-hmm. Anyways, for more information like this, you can go to my website, which is on the chat line, or you can call us at 613-254-7310.
Eric, you always come up with some interesting stuff. Are my parents still alive? That's a kind of
that's a good one, actually.
I'm gonna go over to Jacqueline and then Josh. Jacqueline, go ahead.
Eric, that was such a great presentation. I appreciate that. And I knew I took a long, deep breath in through the nose. I lifted my shoulders, took them back, dropped them down, and realized, you know what? I am actually incredibly gifted that my parents are still alive. And they continue to say, Jacqueline, what are you doing? What is this whole mortgage thing? Don't you know that there are so many of your family members who are not married and who do not own a home? Why would that be, Jacqueline? And that's a conversation at the dinner table we have. And I'm okay to say everyone is making their own choices. It is not easy to own a home. It's not easy to buy a home. I have to ask the really interesting questions about how you will strategize if you want a home. What will you do? Call Lana and say, this is what I'd like to do. I got a pre-approval from Jacqueline. Can we go house hunting? Lana will probably say that's a really good idea. First step was to get a pre-approval. What an extraordinary strategy. So many of my family members have no idea what a pre-approval is because they do not own a home. They continue to rent. Let me help you do the numbers. Not quite like Eric, but let me help you strategize your numbers. When you're looking to purchase a home, when you're looking for mortgage strategies, always pick up the phone and call your mortgage honey.
Jacqueline, thank you so much. Josh, and then we will go to Dwight. Josh, over to you, sir.
Folks, I'm Josh Lamb. My company is Sterling Grace Technologies. We're your one-stop shop for all of your IT needs in Eastern Ontario. And if you have remote needs, then even further than that, we specialize in e-commerce with web solutions. We specialize in integration of software. So if you've got two pieces of software that don't talk to each other and you're tired of doing dual entry or having clerical errors, we specialize in automation. So if you'd like your customers to have a portal where they can go and pay their stuff without you having to go and harass them to pay their bills. And we specialize in managed services. And that is anything from my computer won't turn on or my email won't send, all the way up to my server won't start and I need a disaster recovery plan last week. Holy smokes. So we're the guys that you call so that you can focus on your business and what makes you money. And we also take that technology cost sink and we turn it into a profit center and have it make you money. So last week, I'm sure you all heard the kind of exciting word of CrowdStrike. We had a strike in the airlines a couple weeks before that, and then CrowdStrike popped up, and that was the computers taking some time off. And basically, somebody at the CrowdStrike company, which is an antivirus manufacturer, they pushed some code in an update that completely tanked Windows. And Windows Recommended solution was try restarting me 15 times so that I'll go into super safe mode and you can back me out again of my recent updates. So if you had a CrowdStrike situation and you had an IT company like us, we would have got you up and running faster. We would have been able to do a disaster recovery plan execution, and we would have gotten you to a sane state so that you could run your planes on time. So if you need tech to make you money, and if you need CrowdStrike to not wipe your business out, give me a call. Josh Lamb, Sterling Grace Technologies. Thank you.
Josh,
Yeah,
that was on. Josh, yes, I was camping and my wife saying, "Oh, by the way," and then she said, "So the hospital she works at was not affected, but a few actually healthcare institutions were."
Yeah. Microsoft itself was affected. They use CrowdStrike, and it didn't get along with Windows. So
Lovely, lovely.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna swing over to Dwight, and then we're gonna introduce Anne. Dwight, over to you, sir.
Morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Hi, it's Dwight Nicole from Tasty Live Catering. We're the vegan Caribbean specialist. Sorry,
Dwight, you might want to speak up, Dwight, sir. Sorry, your voice is a bit soft. Sorry.
Your thumb's on the microphone.
Yeah, start again. My name is Wade, and our company is Tasty Life Caribbean Catering. My wife and I been doing this for the last 10 years. We've been just specializing in Caribbean foods. We've been vending quite often over the last 6 months on a pretty much a weekly basis, every weekend. Just came back from one this weekend. Over in Lansdowne Pavilion, specializing in basically our vegan patties. So quite a few, along with some of the vegan Caribbean bowls and others. Coming weekend, we'll be at Carlton Place again on Sunday, and we're just getting prep also for I guess the golf tournament next week. So we've been quite busy, quite active, and we'll be in the process of getting a place for preparing our products over the next the week. So you can stay tuned, and hopefully we'll be having those out in the market shortly for others to join in and join on a consistent basis. So once again, my name is Dwight, and we're Tasty Live Caribbean Catering.
Dwight, thank you so much. And just a quick update: things we're looking for, or people or businesses we're looking for to come in. Everything from dog grooming, housing appraiser, event planner, mover, auto and home insurance, life insurance for this group. Golf pro, because that's going to lead us into another topic we're going to get into a little bit shortly. Gift basket company, promotional goods. From a legal side, we're looking for both professional and personal legal matters. Because the members, there are people asking for these services. I'm going to swing over to Anne and then Carlos. Anne, you have a bit longer time because you're a new member of the Phoenix Bells Corners group. And welcome, and go ahead and say, hey, what you do, what you looking for, and tell us a tidbit about you.
Okay. My name's Ann Lawrence. I'm a licensed naturopathic doctor, and I've been in the Ottawa area for 25 years in practice. But I've now moved to Almont, so I'm not really in Bells Corners or West End, I guess. But I do virtual and in-person appointments. Each naturopathic doctor is a bit different, so my practice is maybe a little bit more eclectic. I do a lot of homeopathy, definitely nutrition, a lot of lab work these days for people who want to do their blood work, hair analysis, things like that. I do offer a detox foot spa, which I bought one of the highest ones on the market, which is a really good quality one. I do bioresonance testing, which is looking at your organs, toxins that you may have in the body, or what we call pernicious agents, which could be bacteria and other things as well. So bioresonance testing is you probably consider it almost an energetic testing, but we're using the body to test. So that might be a little different for some people, although some people have probably seen that as well already. Homeopathy, if people don't know what that is, it's been around for several hundred years. It's, in my opinion, one of the most powerful medicines we have. It's amazing. I've seen some amazing results with it. Use diluted substances to help heal people. And has anybody ever used homeopathy? Anybody have any experience with it? Okay. People probably have heard of arnica. So that's one of the classic ones that most people have used. But there are thousands of homeopathic remedies now that you can use for all sorts of things. So that's one of the things I love, and I'm continuing to study and take courses on all the time. There's always more to learn, isn't there? You know, and the human body is just incredibly intricate and amazing. I do Bowen therapy as well. So that's a gentle body technique that works on kind of connective tissue, but I also took a hormone release course in Bowen therapy, which is designed to help with things like menopause and fertility and menstrual stuff as well. Yeah, I guess that's a quick overview of what I do.
And thank you so much. And welcome to the group. And awesome. Carlos, you're up next, my man.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Yeah, my name's Carlos Ferreira. I'm a developer at Sterling Grace Technologies. I'm kind of here shadowing alongside Josh Lamb today, so I apologize if there's a bit of repetitiveness, but I digress. Our company specializes in transforming your IT experience with your business. We analyze and advise what your business needs are, and then we can stabilize any existing problems and secure any vulnerabilities with your existing setup and your existing IT solution. And then we move to help you innovate and grow, whether it's with custom software, web, and e-commerce solutions, as well as comprehensive technical support services. Half of what we do is custom software development, and that includes websites, e-commerce solutions, improving and integrating any of your existing platforms, and the other half includes managed technical support services. So yeah, it could be something as simple as your printer isn't working or computer isn't turning on, all the way to much more complex solutions like disaster recovery and ensuring you have offsite backups for your business's data. Managing IT can be stressful and difficult, but with SGT, it doesn't have to be. In a world where unreliable IT can bring your business or the whole world grinding to a halt, as we kind of saw last week, our mission is to deliver stable, sustainable, and secure solutions that create a rock-solid foundation for your business's success. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Carlos, thank you so much. And just posted in the chat if you're interested in golfing. I talked about it earlier and touched on it on the last a little bit. There's a registration link to golf, and there's a Facebook link you can share with friends and colleagues. And I think one of my links looks a little kind of screwed up because the H in the Facebook link is separated from the rest of it. Hey, cut and paste is not working out as it should. But you know what? That's the skill set you pick up and you learn pretty quick as to why things aren't working. And we're going to swing over to Tony next. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, everybody. Just before I start, I just wanted to mention a couple of things I've just seen over the weekend, just as an additional announcement. Apparently, AI has been so advanced that if they have about 2 to 3 minutes of your video, it can replicate you to say anything. So in other words, I've got like, I don't know, 200 hours of video on my site, and I've got podcasts over 225 episodes and so on. So my voice is very prevalent out there. So if you ever get a video from me wanting money or wanting you to do something, it is not me. It will sound exactly like me and all my mannerisms because, you know, that's what AI does. So just be very careful what kind of videos that you have that is out there, that it can be replicated and it'll look and sound and feel just like you. So just be mindful, okay? That's just one source. That includes your grandmother. I had a grandmother that had that happen to her where she was on TV for a little bit and AI was able to capture her mannerism, her voice, everything, and to send money to grandma. Okay, so just be careful. The other thing is, yeah, if you could put in the chat whatever referrals you had and BAMs and so on, that would be great. I'm just keeping track of that stuff. Okay, I did a BAM with Cindy and I did a BAM with Lana a week or so ago, and ongoing business with Eric. Eric, I'm getting there to take care of the fees and everything else. So just about there. And for Josh, the same idea there, bud. I sent you a small a down payment on that last job. Very good. Very happy with Josh and his crew. They follow up and they're awesome. That's great. Okay, who I am? I'm Tony Jennis. I'm with Higher Self. I'm a medium clairvoyant, and I do readings, whether it's psychic reading or anything that you want to do. And I mainly focus it around businesses. Mostly when people want to get into either another business or they want to make an investment somewhere, check with me first. If it's something that's going to take like 5 minutes, I'm not going to even charge you for it because I can say yes or no in under 5 minutes, right? But if it's something more intricate, we can sit down and do other things. I also do workshops because I'm more of a teacher than really a psychic. I like to teach people how to do so many things, including feng shui. I'm about to teach a new set of students. It's an international class where I've got people in Texas, New York, California, and I'm trying to get one person in Australia to see if she can come into for the course. But we're going to be talking about angel tuning, and this is a completely different tuning or a set of health things that autistic kids are really going to be able to benefit from. It's a very high frequency. What an angel tuner is this is an angel tuner, and this is a regular. So we're going to be working with these angel ones. So there's a set of 3, and they all do different things. These are for people that are unconscious in a hospital bed, and people will call me, and a good amount of time we could wake them up with something like this, whether they're in a coma, they're in some kind of an unconscious state. It's also good for people in palliative care that are they're having a really hard time crossing, and there's a lot of stress around family and so on and so on. And so these frequencies bring in various other energies that are high frequency and will help with that. So that's what we're going to be. And this is the first class that Spirit and I have designed ever on the planet. This is going to be new. They've never seen before. And I'm always liking to be on the cutting edge because I always like to be in front because I don't trip over anybody. I don't have to follow anybody. It's so this is the kind of service that you'll get because I actually teach other practitioners how to do this stuff. So I'm more than qualified to do anything for you. All right. Tony Jennis from Higher Self, where we are here to raise your spirits.
Tony, thank you so much. And so for myself, Bernie Fransbrook, Creative Insight, I'm a business concierge. I connect people. I have a chat with people, and we do a lot of BAMs. It's a BAM? Well, that's a business activity meeting. That's where we get to know each other and understand what we're up to and what we're looking for, and who we would pair best with. It's almost like doing a little bit of naturopath. You'll pick the right things to go with the right for the right folks, or find the right mortgage for the right honey, so to speak. or finding the right realtor, right, that deals with a certain niche, or someone that helps you with CrowdStrike, resolving the issues that CrowdStrike strikes. Gotta admit though, that's one way to cure all your antivirus issues, is not make your computer work at all. At least that was one of the memes that came up. I also have a podcast called Knack for Business. We finished season 2. We ended up about 127 podcast recordings, slowly getting through them all, getting them posted online. And season 3 is going to begin soon. And I'm also involved with the Property Wizard podcast, which is about commercial real estate and investing inside the real estate market. It doesn't make you a realtor, but it makes you aware as to what is all around you, what you would need to be having a successful run at it. And then there's these trade winds. We're on a hiatus right now. We start back up September 3rd, free to attend. It's every Tuesday morning. And Shane's coming in here. I just sent Shane in the last few seconds a link, and he doesn't know yet, but he's going to be expressing himself and saying, "Hey, what do I do for a living?" Hey, Shane, go ahead.
Hi, I'm sorry. I had trouble with the Zoom link. I was using an old one that I had, but I don't know what happened. So I gotta save this new one that Bernie was so nice enough to give to me. Anyways, I'm Shane Billis, ProAction Health and Performance. Good to see everybody. Once again, sorry about my lateness with things. But anyways, no, I was just talking with the BIA, which is the business networking that does a lot of free promotion for people. So if that's something that interests you guys, get involved in your community and stuff like that, it's not a bad thing to get involved with. They're gonna do an interview with me, and they gave me a list of questions, and they're like, what sets you apart from your competitors, or just the other physios, chiros, or in your profession? And I just think about it, I'm like, it's probably the fact that a lot of people come to see us after they've tried other things else, and we're getting them better from that part. I'll tell you my one instance. I had a soccer player who was an intern with me, but she ended up looking for a job after she was done interning with me at another place. I won't say the name of the other place. And she was working there. And so she had this injury with her knee and her ankle. And she went and saw them for a little bit. And then she calls me up 6 weeks later when things hadn't progressed, and she's a high-level soccer player. So she had graduated from the university and was looking to go to Europe and things like that to play professionally. And she wasn't progressing very well. So she came and see us. And within 2 weeks or whatever, we already had her on the mend and doing a lot better. She wasn't fully healed. It took us further on to do that, but we were starting to see results right away. And that's why often I'll tell people, like, have you seen, 3 other docs? Have you been doing it for more than 6 months? And if there's a problem, there's not something structurally damaged that I can't really do anything about, then I'm like, come see us. That sets us apart from everybody else. We take more detailed analysis. We're much more detailed when we're looking at where the dysfunction is from the scar tissue point of view, and just where everything is. And we have a lot of great modalities that people don't have, like a very strong laser. We use shockwave, and we have a medical acupuncture that we all use as well. So we do things a lot differently than a lot of our other competitors. So if you're looking for something that has maybe the cutting edge, get better faster, you don't want to waste time maybe seeing some other practitioners or whatever, or if you just have questions that you think maybe I can answer and maybe help you out with, come see us. We're ProAction Health and Performance. All right. We see results.
Shane, thank you so much. And in fact, Shane and I are working on a recent BAM, and he's sending me some video to edit, and I've done a little bit of the editing, and we still have to communicate some more. So it's ongoing business, as Tony puts. And you know what? Now to our main star, to our speaker du jour, Mike. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie. Again, good morning, everybody. And first of all, welcome, Anne, to the group. Hope you find yourself, you're entrenched with a lot of great people, a lot of great minds that will help you with your business. So Mike, with MW Motivational Coaching, Tony's pointing to something. I want to Anne. Motivational coaching. And in that kind of capacity, what I do is I help people in these uncertain times turn their anxiety into adrenaline, and also to president of the We Care Focused Distracted Driving Program. And essentially what I do there is I educate new drivers and about to be new drivers on the financial and the emotional consequences if they don't focus at the task at hand, because they have no idea, because they have no experience. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is I wanted to kind of change it up a little bit and talk about dreams, goals, dreams, however you want to frame it up. It's just a label. I'm going to use the word dreams. So are you continuing with your dreams? Or the big question is it time to let go of your dreams? Now, I know a lot of people sitting there going, "Oh, you can't let go of my dreams." I mean, that's what I'm about. That's my purpose. That's what excites me. That's what I'm looking forward to. Well, I talked to a lot of individuals about where they are currently with their dreams, and they're frustrated because they're not achieving it. And many, many different types of reasons for that, because in life, what is constant, that life is not constant. Things are always changing, which means you need to, change your tactics, change your ways, change your look, change your attitude towards what your dreams are, or again, let them go. Now, the thing is with dreams and letting go, we've seen many examples around the world, but yesterday we all received the news that Biden is stepping down and not going for re-election. That was a dream. But you know what? For the greater good of the country, I'm not going to get into the politics of it or what have you. He decided to let it go. And Kamala dreams now are of her being a president are moving forward and quite at a rapid pace. We could just imagine what she's going through, and I wish her all the luck because I think it's going to take a woman to straighten out the country in America once and for all. And no yays there, women. Yes, true. It's true, right? I don't, you know what? And I swear by that. I think it's a woman that's going to be able to change the mess that's down there. So when you're not reaching your dreams and you're frustrated, can you rely on fate and destiny? You know, that's a big question. Fate and destiny. Well, what is fate and destiny? Well, fate and destiny is your destiny, and it's the fate that brings you along to reach where you are currently in your destiny, your journey. A little bit about my backstory. Actually, even before that, Tony, for instance, here's a good example of fate and destiny. Tony and I met at a networking group, and we're part of a networking group way before Phoenix. And for whatever reasons, that networking group, we all decided to leave it. And then Tony started Phoenix. And for over many, many, many years has been working diligently hard on creating the dream of Phoenix. But at that time, when we left, he did not know that there was going to be a Phoenix. He did not know that he was going to be leading one of the best networking clubs. So it was fate and destiny. It wasn't a dream. He just kind of fell into it. And same with me, with my little bit of a backstory. I'm 65, 3 kids, married 37 years, born, raised south of Ottawa, still reside near Manotick now. When I was going through high school, I didn't know. Like most young people nowadays, when I talk to them, they don't know what they want to do. They don't know what their career is going to be, and they're scared. They're bewildered. And at that time, when I was in high school and fishing high school, I did not have an idea either. I didn't really feel like going to college or university. My dad told me, I said, well, if you're not going to do one of those, then pick a trade. I thought, well, okay, you know what? So pick a trade. Well, I like cars. I like mechanics because I was working on racing cars at that time at 16, 17, 18 years old. And I liked fixing them in the auto body shop. So one day I was driving along in my customized van and I said, okay, you know what? I got to pick a trade. And I do not have really too much of an idea. So I said, it's either mechanics or it's the auto body shop. So no dream. What I did was fate and destiny. I took a coin out of my pocket because I didn't know. I couldn't make a decision. And I said, heads, it's going to be auto body. Tails, it's going to be the mechanical shop. Flipped the coin, landed on heads. Auto body. There's my choice. There's my fate and destiny. I looked down the road where I was parked with my van, and I saw an auto body shop. So I drove right down there and mustered up enough courage to ask the owner for a job, and he liked what I had to say, and he hired me. And I went into an apprenticeship, started sweeping the floor, Many years later, working there, I decided to buy the shop. Now, as an owner with a partner that also apprenticed with me at the same time. We ran that collision shop for 23 years, and it was quite a ride. It's a very volatile industry, but it served us well because it paid my mortgage, my kids' universities, food on the table, the whole bit. But it was not my dream. It was just fate and destiny. And as fate and destiny was going along in 1998, we all experienced, or most of us experienced, the ice storm. And I was living in Greeley at that time, and I was 12 days without power with 3 young children running a collision shop. And what to do? Listening to the radio, I heard so many people doing great things for the community, giving and what have you. And I said, I was brought up with my parents better than that. I got to do something. And I started to search around. And long story short, I met a lady that was just starting the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Eastern Ontario, getting it incorporated. Make-A-Wish at that time gives wishes to children that have life-threatening illnesses between the age of 3 through 17 or terminal illness, and was represented around the world, but not Eastern Ontario. Funny. So I jumped in, ground floor. She said, okay, what do you want to do? And I said, what do you need? She says, I need a fundraiser. I said, fundraiser? What's a fundraiser do? And a fundraiser raises money for the organization so that they can make the mission happen. I said, okay, I can't even spell the word fundraising, but I'm in. And so I volunteered for 7 years running the board with these few individuals. We raised around $200,000 a year, all as volunteers, because we were all running full-time businesses. I was still running the collision shop at that time. In 2006, Fate and Destiny came along again, and back to the flipping the coin. What would my life been like if it landed on tails and it was a mechanical shop? And I would have went someplace and got a mechanical shop. I would have got a job there. Would I be working for somebody? Would I have owned a company down the road, a mechanical shop? From those, I would have met different people. Would I met my wife? Probably not. From that Fate and Destiny, if I didn't meet my wife, I wouldn't have my 3 wonderful children. The ripple effect is really incredible if you start to take a look at your turns in your life, whether you go high road, left road, low road, right road. Choices like that. So it's always astounding. So I thought, you know what? I went to my wife because I believe in happy wife, happy life. I want to be the executive director for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. She said, great, but Make-A-Wish pays half of what the collision shop does, and we have payments and we have kids and things. And so I figured out a way that I sold the shop to my partner, and I kept one contract, and I did the contract on weekends, about 35 weekends a year for 7 years, so that I could afford to work full-time for Make-A-Wish, which was at that time about 50 hours a week. And it worked. And it helped. And collectively with Make-A-Wish, we raised, when I left after 17 years, we were in around just under $1.5 million a year that we were raised for the kiddies that were out there that needed to have their dreams fulfilled. So all again, back to Fate and Destiny, Ice Storm, Flip of the Coin, all these, they're not dreams of mine. So I tell these individuals that are going, I'm not reaching my dreams, and I go, take a little pressure off, just move forward, just do something, move forward, and you never know what the opportunities are unless you do move forward in some capacity. And that's what I did. I mean, I did not know. Flip a coin, body shop. From that coin, became the CEO of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. From that coin, do a lot of coaching, do a lot of helping kids understand bad driving habits and how that it can affect them or what have you. All this because of a flip of a coin. So when you're out there and your dreams are not coming to fruition, give yourself a little bit of a break. Wayne Dyer, one of my great teachers that I loved, was always, his best quote was, when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. And when you always look at, despair and how come or what have you, try the opposite. You'll be amazed by going, wow. I mean, first of all, we all woke up this morning. If you just even stop to think of that, And like Jacqueline says, take a deep breath, count your blessings that we woke up this morning, because millions of people around the world did not. You know, and yes, the world is changing. It's a little bit of hell in a handbasket. You know, the Ukraine, Russia, Hamas, Israel, states, all these things are happening and they're effective. Well, you know what? Change the way you look at things, and things you look at change, meaning like, oh my God, what a blessing to be that we woke up this morning, that we have friends like this around that we got to know and share stories and share deep stories and sad stories. And we're there for each other all through the years, except for Anne, you know, that we've become dear friends and belong to a beautiful group. It truly is a blessing. I always thank probably 10, 15 times a day for the abundance and beauty that continues to flow in my life. And it's a constant reminder of just stopping and becoming aware of the moment. And because the rest, a lot of the stuff that we worry about is blidum. And blidum is BLIDM, which means to me, I made that up many, many years ago. And it's bottom line, it doesn't matter. In the big scheme of things, what you're worried about, bottom line, it doesn't matter. What matters is that this moment here, right now at 8:52, we have an opportunity to be together. We have an opportunity to count our blessings. And we have an opportunity to take a deep breath and lift our shoulders back, right, Jacqueline? And continue on with the day that's going to supply so much beauty and so much abundance out there. So always remember, if you get caught up, change the way you look at things. The things that you look at will change. I guarantee you. It's a mathematical certainty. And thank you for listening to me. Long life to everybody and the good sense to live it.
Mike, thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions for Mike? And Mike, for your coaching practice, how many sessions does it take to help someone kind of get a little bit realigned? Knowing it can be a full-time effort, or it can be just, you know, a little bit of guidance. How much is it? How long is your program for?
Well, there's, like Anne in her practice in coaching, there's a zillion different ways of approaches, and my coaching is based on ironclad scientific proof, which means it can't be disputed. So I can do what Tony does. Tony can help somebody sometimes in 5 minutes, and sometimes Tony has to take months to help somebody. And it's the same with me, but I have incorporated something. It's very aggressive in the coaching business. It's called laser coaching. If somebody calls me up and goes, "Hey, I'm going through this, blah blah," or my boss or my girlfriend or my mom or my whatever, okay, is blah blah blah. I ask them permission to do the laser coaching, and if they're willing to step up to that, then I become very aggressive. And usually those laser coaching appointments last about 10 minutes, and they get what they're looking for. If they're not receptive to it, then they think I'm an idiot, and we move on from there like that. But laser coaching, I love laser coaching because a lot of it is, you know, when you always hear coaching, like, oh, peel back the onions. You know, when I do a coaching session, I go, what's going on in your life? What's bubbling up? What do you want to talk about? Well, I want to talk about this. So after some listening, because that's what a coach does, motivating speaks first and then coaches on it. But if you coach, you listen, and from that you ask intuitive questions, and from that peels back the onion. And then after an hour session, you get down to the real question, what they really wanted to ask in the first place. And many variables why they don't at the beginning. They could be shy. They don't feel it's confidential. It's many types of reasons or what have you. That's why I like to go with permission with the laser coaching, because I bypass all that. But it's very, very harsh and very aggressive, And some people can muster it, and some people can't. But the people that can muster it, they'll have their next step. Maybe not a solution for everything, but at least I help people when they're stuck. take that next step. So in a few minutes, we can get to that next step pretty quick. So there's different variables, Brittany. I don't know if I answered that question properly or not, but
Mike, you did a perfect job. Just you're laser focused. So that was good. We did it in 10 minutes and less. So that's perfect. Folks, just a couple of quick gratitudes to push out there. Dwight is going to be doing a bit of catering at the golf tournament. Ema, she's going to do the official photography. So if you want to know more about either Dwight or Ema, reach out to myself, Tony, or check on our website and check out the member list. Also, thank you to Stephen Breckenmeyer and Norm Boye for also supporting the endeavors at hand. And if you're looking for a tax receipt for donating for the charity, reach out to Mike. Mike will handle that portion. All right. So if you have looking for a tax receipt, Mike. If you're looking to be a sponsor, you're playing golf and you're looking for tax advice in that space, Eric's here. Eric can tell you where the fantasy starts and stops. All right. And so he'll be able to feed that. Go ahead, Mike.
sorry, just quickly on that, just for anybody who knows, if you make a donation, because I did cross this and Make-A-Wish Alive, you make a donation and you go, here's $100 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation and thank you very much. And you have no awareness at all or what have you, except for the thank you letter, you will get a tax receipt for the $100. If you go, I'm sponsoring a sign, well, then now that gets into marketing and advertising of your business. So what that becomes is a marketing write-off. So what I do is I create a letter saying, thank you for your sponsorship sign of X number of dollars for this event on this day. You take that along with your copy of your check or your e-transfer receipt, and you give that to your accountant and they'll write it off as a marketing expense. You will not get a personal tax receipt for having a whole sponsor sign because CRA deems that you are getting visibility and awareness for your business. Is that right, Eric?
Yep. He says yes.
You got the nod of approval. Yes.
That's good. I was scared that I was wrong.
I love non-vocal language.
So, folks, just to wrap us up, quote for the day, and this kind of goes back to Lana's conversation about getting, taking the short screw out and putting a long screw in for the door. So, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. So, the other countermeasure, make sure your walls are really strong, or I huff and I puff. Anyhow, the reality of this is, if the opportunity is in there, you build the door. So that's from Milton Berle. And that's a wrap, folks.
Okay. And we are off.